Right, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is Thursday, the 4th, I think, of June. I don't know, time seems to slip away and I forgot where I am. But anyway, I thought I'd go do a quick tour of the garden, where things are at the moment. Still quite a few bits to do. It's very showery today, so I'm doing this between rainstorms, which means I can't get out and do very much actual physical work. It's very wet, and yeah, I'm not out for long before the rain comes again. So, but let's have a quick look, shall we? So, I've got some flowers appearing here. The cosmos aren't growing very quickly. I think I'd have thought they'd have been much higher than that, but they're flowering, though they look a bit rain swept. This pot here I found in one of the borders when I was thinning stuff out yesterday. We've got a foxglove here, which I will take out and replant elsewhere. And I think here we've got some iris. I still think they are. I'll probably leave them in the pot those in the pot for the time being and wait until they flower, then I'll replant them and I can reuse that pot somewhere else. So over here, you'll have to excuse the whirligig. This is looking quite nice, flowering quite well. The slugs haven't reached the African marigolds. And the pansies are flowering, as are those things. And then the tabletop here looks nice too. Nice splash of colour of annuals and so on. I still haven't decided what to do about this pot. I've seen one I like at the local garden centre, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it into the cart. I'm going to have it delivered. So, I mean, there's no particular hurry, but I do need to do something before winter, that's for sure. And then I moved the rosemary over here. I cut some suckers off of this. Huge suckers were growing from the root, and that looks a little bit healthier. I need to move that somewhere. I don't think that's probably the best place for it. It's a hardy fuchsia. And then this rose, which is a David Austin rose, the name of which I forget, is looking lovely. Lovely pink blooms. I don't know what, I can never remember what it is. Elizabeth? Not sure. I don't think it is Elizabeth. Anyway, it's pretty. And then stuff round here. Everything's looking a bit rain bashed. We've had very heavy rain. And this is another issue I've got. The pot here is very light. And so in wind and stuff it blows over. It's a lovely tree. I love the bark on it. So again, I'm going to have to get, I think, a ceramic pot, a glazed ceramic pot, which will be sturdier. Probably something that size, I think, would be good. But again, I'd have to have it delivered because I wouldn't be able to get it into the back of the car. They're looking lovely, aren't they? As is this. I mean, they're beginning to flower and spread, and they're beginning to hide the plastic pot that sits in the urn. The pot over there with the irises came from in there. God knows what it was doing in there, but it was totally smothered. Hold on a minute. This is tipped over. We must have had quite severe wind last night. Though I didn't really hear it. So yeah, that's a nice little grouping there, isn't it? I've got 3 more plants up there, which I bought from Tesco on a whim. I don't really know what to do with them. I like the hostas. These look really healthy. I was thinking about putting them in those 2 tubs by the fence. But then what do I do with the stuff already in the tubs? And then this is a bit of a bashed arum lily. Which I will put somewhere. I might put that in a pot. I still haven't done anything with that. I need to get that on free cycle. So what else have we got? This is, look at these roses, aren't they lovely? Lovely colour. They are, let me just remind myself, Boscobel. Now the stems are a bit whippy, and I think that is possibly because I didn't prune the shrub hard enough in February. I think I should have pruned it harder, and it'll probably come up being a bit more vigorous in the growth. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get some more mulch and then mulch around during the summer and the growing season. And then this is Bathsheba. I've just had the one rose. Just had the one rose. It's lasted a long time. It's going over now. But you can see I've got more buds. And then, yeah, they're all going into each other, unfortunately. I've got a rose here. I don't know what it is because I've lost the label. I don't think it's a David Austin one. I'm not sure. I've got a clematis starting to flower there. I've got, where are we? I've got a fig developing here. They won't come to anything because it's just not warm enough up here, hot enough. And then we've got this little rose, which is, oh dear, I always have to remind myself, this is Eustacia Vi. She's much more compact than Boscobel. I've got more flowers, more roses coming into flower here. That's a beautiful, vivid sort of pink colour. And that one, I think, is, oh dear, I've lost it, sorry, is Gabriel Oak. There we go. Smaller flowers, but it's such an intense colour. Then moving up here, things are growing out. Things are growing a bit too far out in places, actually. The back, I think is valerian. It's a weed, if I'm honest. So when it goes over, I pull it out, because otherwise it'll go everywhere. Yeah, things are coming along quite nicely here. The Sambuca, there's always such a lovely splash of sort of dark coppery red, and it's beginning to come into flower. There we go. Got apples on my another apple tree. A lot of apples actually. Hostas hiding behind are coming into flower. I think what I will have to do here is possibly, mind you, I've got apples on them, I could cut that branch off, just give the hosta a bit more room for growth, or rather a bit more room to breathe. I've got plums up here. I'm going to have another glass of plums. I've got also a lot of black currants. The question is, will I be able to get them before the birds do? Usually the birds win on those. I've got a little rose here. This is just a little patio rose, not scented unfortunately. That blooms quite well. I've got some dead bits there. The Weigela is slowly going over, and you can see the clematis, the Montana, has now finished flowering. Yes, I was thinking about putting those other two hostas that you saw on the bench in here, but then I'd have to move a couple of these out. These are doing quite well, the begonias, which is a bit of a surprise because it's fairly sheltered here. I've got more crap coming down from the holly tree, but it's pointless trying to clear it off at the moment. It's too wet. My hosta here is coming into flower. A little bit of leaf damage, but nothing too serious. And then we've got lots of lovely new growth on my skimmia. Have I got any Well, that's interesting. I had lots of blossom on this. Oh yes, there we go. I've got some apples developing on my Cox's orange. I'm really excited about this because I think Cox's orange is simply the best apples you can have, in my opinion anyway. This is interesting. I'm sure I had more blossom than I can see apples developing. That's a bit disappointing. I can't see anything now. Oh well, it is what it is. And then this is Sceptred Isle. There we go. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful flower? This is a bit whippy as well. I should really have pruned that back really hard. It's also a bit smothered by other bits and pieces. I'll probably have to stake that better. I've got some wire stakes I can use to put them all together. The Aquilegia is going over, so I pull that out. Otherwise that spreads everywhere. I've got some poppies here. And yeah, so there we go. I think we're going to have a dry day tomorrow or Saturday. I can't remember which day. So if so, I'm going to get in here and do more tidying up and thinning out. I've got bits down here I need to deal with, all these blocks. Sure I can do something with those. Oh, and the other gravel came. So I've gravelled down there, all the way down, and I've just got a little bit down here to do. I've got 2 bags, so I've got plenty to go with. But I think that looks a lot neater than what was there before. So there we go. Tour of the garden on a rather dreich day. Bit of blue sky up there. Well, it's not forecast to last.